All right, guys, I'm ready to answer a question here. Is it time to put that ring light in the garbage? Actually, no, ring light actually still has a use. It's good to travel with, good to have on the road, so keep your ring light. That's just something to pull you in. But it is time to talk about an upgrade, and that we can talk about. So this is where a lot of folks start. And the ring light is a good option because if you're in the mindset to purchase a ring light, it means that you realize that proper lighting makes a big difference in video. If you're already mentally there, you're already a step ahead of the game compared to most people who just turn on any type of overhead lighting and light it just however they look. So keep your ring light. Don't throw the ring light away, but let's talk about the next evolution in lighting. And I'm going to move around and kind of show you a few. Now, my opinion has evolved and changed over time because my go-to for a beginner, if you were going to buy one light to get started and you were on a small budget and you wanted something that was easy to use, easy to grab, easy to go, I would have told you to go with an umbrella light. And there's a lot of reasons for that. As you can see over my shoulder, I still use umbrella lights. However, it's not as portable, but it's still very portable. In my opinion, today, a softbox light, for all of the additional options that it will give you in regard to lighting, is just a little bit of a step up even from an umbrella light. If you have a softbox or an umbrella light, either one will serve you well in your videos. And either light has multiple purposes for how you can use it, but the softbox just gives you a little more. I used a softbox a good bit in the video that I did that was featured on the A&E network of Kane's glove. When I did the feature for that, the softbox was illuminating the glove, but to illuminate yourself, softbox is very important. So let's dive into that. Let's start with the tried and true umbrella light. Let's break that down and then let's step to the softbox, and you're going to see what the difference is between those two. And if your budget can take it, it would be worth having both, really. But let's dive into that. When you receive your umbrella light, which you can order those from eBay, you can grab those from a lot of places, it's going to be pretty easy to put together. So you're going to have the base down here, which that has a knob on it that's going to tighten that so that it's easier to pack up. Makes it to where you can fold it up a couple different ways there. You can have it in your vehicle. Actually pull it like that, and it's going to save the most space, and that's probably how it's going to come to you, is folded up like that. So you're going to kick those legs out. You're going to kind of, and I'm trying to do this and look over my shoulder while I'm doing it, but get that opened up, get it folded out, and then it's very important, once you have it where you want it, height-wise and that type of thing, that you go ahead, tighten it, and lock that into place, because that's going to go on the floor. That's going to give you your steadiness, and of course the wider the base is, the more steady it's going to be. So you're going to set that down on the floor, and you're going to have places where you can adjust the height as well. So you loosen those. Be careful, because if you loosen it too quick, it can pinch your finger as it comes down. So you're going to be able to raise or lower. Remember that most times you're going to want your light to be a little above your eye level. So you don't want the light shining up from below. You want it shining somewhat down, but not directly down. And we'll talk about that in another lesson. So your light bulb will come packaged up in the box, and you're just going to screw that in. That's an obvious place where your light bulb screws in. You can't really mess that up. Now, two types of umbrellas here. You're going to have an option that is black on one side, on the outside, and it is reflective on the inside. And there's a reason for that. So the reflective side, the open side of the umbrella, is going to go against the direction that the bulb is pointing. So if this is the base, this is the bulb, you're going to feed, you have a tiny knob there on most models, and you're going to have a hole right here, which I don't know if I can get that close enough to let you see that hole there. So let's line that back up. You're going to feed that into the hole, right? Even bring that a little more in. Okay. Now we want to tighten that up so that doesn't slide around. We also have the ability with the knob over here, and you'll be able to see that we can change that as well. This brightness is probably going to freak out my camera, but it should adjust to that. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. The reflectiveness of the silver backing on the inside is going to focus the light, send it toward you. Now, if I were sitting in a chair and I were using it this way, the light would be very direct, maybe kind of harsh. It would give me some shadows on the face, creases on the face. And so this is a very direct type of light. So you probably would want to push this back away from you, and you're sitting in a chair, you're standing, and you want to have this back a little bit so the light has a little bit of distance between you and it, because if you're right on top of this type of lighting, it's going to be pretty harsh. So in this exact same way, you have a second type of umbrella light, and we will spin here and show one that is white. So same concept. White, the light shines through there. Now, the advantage of the white, if you like that diffuser look, when we talked about the ring light, a ring light isn't a harsh light like the umbrella we just saw. It's a softer light. So with this type of umbrella, you can turn it with the bulb toward yourself to give you some light, not as much bouncing back, because this is catching more instead of sending it all back to you. So because of that, this is going to catch a lot of that light and not focus as much back to you. Or you can even take a light like this and you can flip it with the umbrella side, with this side facing you, and now you have a giant diffuser, and that kind of serves similar to what a ring light would do for something like that. So let's move that out, and let's move to the Softbox, which is, again, something I think is pretty indispensable. But so as the name implies, a Softbox is a light that is a boxy in shape when you see it. Let me see if I can zoom out there. Sorry. All right, so when you receive this one, it's going to be a box shape, and it's going to open in still an umbrella-like manner when it's folded down. So this one still is one that you can travel with. It's going to open up. You're going to stick the bulb through the back of this Softbox, and that's what causes the whole thing to work. Now, you have your height adjustment. You can tilt just like the umbrella light. The Softbox is going to come with, or most do come with, a diffuser on the front, which again spreads out that light, gives you that soft lighting. So the diffuser can be removed, and I'll remove it to show you some things on the inside here. Velcro, very easy. Your diffuser comes off. You now have the silver on the inside, the reflective, and you again have the option for the more intense light if you need that for something that you're doing. Now the bulb is one of the things that anchors the Softbox in place. This bulb can pop right out, screw right out, and that's where a big advantage of this type of equipment comes in. I'm going to show you. Most bulbs have the option that it comes with a few different types of colors that you can do. So most times on most models, you're going to screw this off here. So it's going to look like that on the inside. You're going to switch out your color, which is easy there. So you're going to switch that out. So the red screws on where the white was, or some come with blue. Mine came with blue as well. Your bulb goes right back. Now you have a red light there. You go ahead and diffuse that if that's what the situation calls for. Now, for yourself, I doubt you would have a need unless you were a very specific type of wrestler character. I doubt you would have a need to have a red or blue light directly on you. And so where I may use something like this is if I had one light shining to illuminate me from the front, and then maybe I had this one off camera to where you couldn't see it, just angled back behind me and coming over my shoulder and illuminating my shoulder and back of my head with kind of a red glow is something you can do as well. But the Softbox can totally replace a ring light, although it doesn't travel quite as easy. It still collapses down, travels pretty easily. You've got diffusion, you've got direct lighting, and now you have change of colors too. This will throw out a lot more light than the ring light will. So definitely recommend the Softbox, recommend umbrella lights as well. So we've talked about some different kinds of lights, the ways to set them up, some very affordable lights that you can order and have in your home pretty quick. But now let's talk about the science of lighting, when to use different colors, which lights should be behind you, which ones should be in front of you, how bright should they be, when should you use a diffuser, how high above your head should they be, how should you mix two different light sources together, because there's a science to it. Let's dig into the science of lighting, because when you learn to play with the direction of lights, you can create some really cool scenarios. And that's where your videos become different than everyone else's. So one of the main things that you want to remember about the science of lighting is the